This semester, I read the book Public Enemies by Brian Burrow to learn more about John Dillinger and other criminals throughout America's greatest crime wave and the birth of the FBI during 1933 and 1934. John Dillinger was born June 22, 1903 in Indianapolis, Indiana. He was one of the world's most infamous bank robbers in the United States. He and his gang robbed a dozen banks during the Great Depression of the 1930s, between 1933 and 1934. Through all the banks he and the Dillinger gang robbed, they accumulated over $300,000, which roughly equals $4.4 million today. Mainly because of Dillinger and his gang, the FBI was formed. Bank robbery was not yet a federal crime, so police officers were powerless to pursue robbers across state lines. John Dillinger's first turning point would be in 1924. He robbed a grocery store and shot the clerk. The clerk lived, though Dillinger was caught and jailed. His father launched a campaign to have him released and was able to get 188 signatures on a petition. Dillinger was paroled on May 10, 1933, after serving 9.5 years. His second turning point would be during his long sentence. It caused him to befriend other criminals such as seasoned bank robbers like Harry Pete Pierpoint, Charles Mackley, Russell Clark, and Homer Van Meter, who taught Dillinger how to be a successful criminal. The men planned heists that they would commit soon after they were released. Dillinger studied Herman Lamb's meticulous bank robbing system and used it extensively throughout his criminal career. Third turning point would be when released at the height of the Great Depression. Dillinger had little prospect of finding employment. He immediately returned to crime, and on June 21, 1933, he robbed his first bank, taking $10,000 from the new Carlisle National Bank. On August 14th, Dillinger robbed his second bank in Bluffton, Ohio. Tracked by police from Dayton, Ohio, he was captured and later transferred to the Allen County Jail in Lima. After searching him before letting him into the prison, the police discovered a document which appeared to be a prison escape plan. They demanded Dillinger to tell them what the document meant, but he refused. Dillinger had helped conceive a plan for the escape of Pierpoint, Clark, and 6 others he had met while previously in prison, most of whom worked in the prison laundry. Dillinger had friends smuggle guns into their prison cells, with which they escaped. 4 days after Dillinger's capture, the group known as the First Dillinger Gang comprised Pete Pierpoint, Russell Clark, Charles Mackley, Ed Schaus, Harry Copeland, and John Red Hamilton, a member of the Herman Lamb Gang. Later, Pierpoint, Clark, and Mackley arrived in Lima on October 12th, where they impersonated Indiana state police officers, claiming they had come to extradite Dillinger to Indiana. When the sheriff, Jess Sarber, asked for their credentials, Pierpoint shot him dead, then released Dillinger from his cell. The 4 men escaped back into Indiana, where they joined the rest of the gang. John Dillinger's final day. Dillinger attended the film Manhattan Melodrama at the Biograph Theater in Chicago Lincoln's Park neighborhood. Dillinger was with Polly Hamilton and Anna Campanaz. Once the FBI determined that Dillinger was in the theater, the lead agent, Samuel P. Cowley, contacted J. Edgar Hoover for instructions, who recommended that they wait outside rather than risk a gun battle in the crowded theater. He also told the agents not to put themselves in harm's way and that any man could open fire on Dillinger at the first sign of resistance. When the film let out, Purvis stood by the front door and signaled Dillinger's exit by lighting a cigar. Both he and the other agents reported that Dillinger turned his head and looked directly at the agent as he walked by, glanced across the street, then moved ahead of his female companions, reached into his pocket but failed to extract his gun, and ran into a nearby alley. But the alley was blocked off, leading the FBI agents to fire. 3 agents fired, all hitting fatal spots including the spine, the head, and the heart.
5 coward. Put it away. Not here for your money. Here for the bank's money.
I said move it out of there!
What for?